Hello Manchester United fans. Man United have to consider selling Andre Onana after another horror display versus Ipswich Town. Manchester United defeated Ipswich Town with a 3-2 scoreline after a topsy-turvy Premier League clash at Old Trafford. Jadon Philogene tapped it home for the Tractor Boys in the 4th minute. An own goal from Sam Morsy and Matthijs de Ligt put United ahead, but things took a drastic turn when Patrick Dorgu was sent off for a studs-up challenge on Hutchinson before the break. The chaotic first half ended with Philogene bringing the scores level. Harry Maguire turned the tide in United's favor again in the 47th minute with a superb header off a brilliantly delivered set-piece by captain Bruno Fernandes. The Red Devils defended resolutely and limited attacking opportunities for the visitors. While Patrick Dorgu and Rasmus Højlund will rightfully face criticism for their underwhelming performances, Andre Onana cannot escape scrutiny for his shaky presence between the sticks. Onana was involved in the mix-up with Dorgu for the first goal. He had no reason to charge out of his 6-yard box when Dorgu already had a head start in the race against Ipswich's attacker. The defender was also partly to blame for the miscommunication. Onana's night took another negative turn when he failed to cut out Philogene's cross, which ended up in the back of the net. He was left completely bewildered by de Lap's presence even though the striker never made contact with the ball. Former United manager Erik ten Hag wanted a ball-playing goalkeeper, pushing David De Gea out of the club. After nearly a decade of carrying United on his back, De Gea undoubtedly deserved a far better farewell. It is embarrassing for United that Onana has struggled to consistently showcase his ball-playing abilities since arriving at Old Trafford. The £29 million-rated ace has made too many mistakes and far too often. He completed just 9 accurate passes out of 27 and managed only a single save. Not once in the 90 minutes did he operate as a sweeper-keeper. While United are focused on signing a striker, securing a reliable goalkeeper is becoming just as essential. The Red Devils simply cannot afford to rely on a shot-stopper prone to costly blunders. How Joshua Zirkzee performed during Man United 3-2 Ipswich Town. A lot has happened for Ruben Amorim at Manchester United between his first game in charge at Portman Road against Ipswich Town and his side's rain-soaked 3-2 victory against the Tractor Boys on Wednesday, and during the latter, Joshua Zirkzee impressed. Patrick Dorgu has arrived, Marcus Rashford and Antony have been sent out on loan, and there have been a litany of decisions, most notably the alarming rate of redundancies made by the powers that be that have irked the Old Trafford faithful. On the pitch, things have also not been too fruitful, but Zirkzee, who arrived in the summer of 2024 while Erik ten Hag was still in the Old Trafford hot seat, is starting to prove himself as a worthy asset for the 40-year-old tactician. Amorim. It's not been an easy start to life for the Dutchman, 23, at Old Trafford, as evidenced by when he was booed by Manchester United supporters when he was substituted against Newcastle United. But there's been a change in opinion among the fanbase. A statistical look at Zirkzee's display against Ipswich. The Dutchman's defensive work was on display initially. It was assumed that Zirkzee would play in the centre-forward berth, having done so previously in Serie A for Bologna. But his technical ability and Velcro-like touch have made him more suited to one of Amorim's number 10 roles, especially due to A. Rashford and Antony spending time at Aston Villa and Real Betis, respectively, and B. Ahmad being ruled out of action with a long-term injury. The 23-year-old has thrived when playing between the lines rather than being his side's focal point. Across his 89 minutes of play, before being substituted in favor of the seasoned Christian Eriksen, Zirkzee enjoyed 40 touches of the ball as he looked to link their two-man engine room Manuel Ugarte and Bruno Fernandes with Rasmus Højlund. What is most impressive about his display is his defensive contribution. A total of 4 ball recoveries and 2 tackles proved that he's not afraid of getting stuck in when the going gets tough, something that will be attractive to Lisbon-born Amorim. Zirkzee's willingness to clock yards on the meter was also at the forefront of his performance against Kieran McKenna's men. Seldom at a canter, the 2001-born ace was fouled on 3 occasions and won 6 of 10 ground duels. Although he doesn't possess bags of pace to get away from his marker, his undying work ethic, especially when his side are out of possession, is something that fans can get behind. Since arriving from Bologna initially to aid the development of Højlund, he's notched 5 goals and 2 assists in all competitions, perhaps proving that goal scoring is not his forte. His Ipswich display, however, highlighted what he can offer. Albeit not as potent as the likes of Erling Haaland, Zirkzee is much more fun to watch. He's ever so silky, clever, unpredictable. his perfect blend of flair and excellence. Ruben Amorim responds to claims Man United star is not ready for Premier League action. Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim defended Patrick Dorgu after the young fullback was sent off against Ipswich Town after a dangerous challenge on Omari Hutchinson. Ruben Amorim remains adamant new signing Patrick Dorgu is good enough for the Premier League despite the Manchester United January signing being sent off against Ipswich Town. Dorgu was given his marching orders in the first half at Old Trafford. VAR intervened when the Denmark international made a studs-up challenge on Omari Hutchinson, leading Darren England to brandish a red card upon review. The former Bologna ace was also partly at fault for Ipswich's opening goal. The fullback's miscommunicated pass with goalkeeper Andre Onana saw Jadon Philogene pick up the ball to score an easy fourth-minute goal. Following the game, Amorim was asked whether Dorgu was at the required level to play in the Premier League. The Portuguese head coach had no doubts despite a difficult night for the 20-year-old. He's ready because he already proved that in the last game, said Amorim. Any player here can have a mistake like today from Patrick and the sending off. He wants to play the ball. Maybe he's a little bit harsh with the way he went for the ball. He's inexperienced, but he's clearly ready for the Premier League. People judge right away, so last week he was okay, good performance against Everton, and today they will say that he's not experienced enough to play in the Premier League. But I don't feel that way. United defender Harry Maguire agreed with his boss. The England international believes Dorgu has offered a real boost to the Red Devils since his arrival in the transfer window. Listen, Pat will learn from it, said Maguire. He has been excellent. He has been a real bright spark in the last couple of games. He will learn from it, pick his head up, and I am sure he will go again and be a big player for this club. Amorim was happy with his side's efforts overall, however, as they secured a home win despite going down to 10 men. Today, I'm not frustrated, Amorim told TNT Sports with the situations of the game. Of course, you get a little bit of frustrated with the game because we suffered a goal, one mistake, and that can happen. But since the first minute I felt that the players were fine, were trying to play. We managed to score 2 goals and then the sending off changed the game a little bit, but the fight that the guys showed and our fans helped us a lot, so I think we fully deserved the 3 points today. Thanks for watching, guys.